All right, let's talk about yesterday's game. There's some games that you really want to talk about, and there's some games that you kind of set it aside and move on, get in and get out. Get in, do your thing, do your job, get your 3 points, and then get out. Those kind of games was like that at home. But Arsenal always comes out with something new, always comes out with something to frustrate their team, their opponent, their fans, and everybody watching. But if we start with these kind of players, like this guy, they spent how much did they spend? 60 plus, 50 plus? I know that for a fact. They paid a lot of money for this guy. And what? Just to sit him on the bench? Kai Havertz came back. This guy was there. They were crying for they had him and they were crying for center forward. They were crying for center forward. Every Arsenal fan, every reporter, every pundit, whatever you want to call them, everybody was like, Arsenal need a striker. They need a striker. Kai Havertz is not good enough. This guy's not good enough. I know Kai Havertz is not good enough for Arsenal, but it's way better than what they have. It's way better than the guy they bought. And the difference, we just saw the difference. The last few games, the difference was right there in front of us. Kai Havertz is way better player, way better player overall. Not just finishing. This guy's finishing is not as good. It's not a top level. It's not a Haaland. You know what I mean? But overall play, this guy is the best Arsenal can have. This guy is the best Arsenal can get. That's why when they bought that guy for that amount of money, I knew they're not gonna get what they get from Harvard. That guy is just a poacher. All you have to do is sometimes give him a tab and he will score. And I don't know how he scored that many goals last 2, 3 seasons. I don't know how many it was. He scored a bunch of goals. But this is not that league, man. You need to be more involved, if that makes sense. Or you need to be at the right place at the right time. You know? For example, there was an instant in this game. There was like a counter, and then they had a really good chance. But Kaya Saka was like, "Oh, give me that, I need that." And don't worry about if he scores or not. But if that was Kai Havertz, I think 90 something percent of the time he will lay it off. He will give it to Saka and he'll be like, Saka, do what you gotta do. Miss, score, whatever you do, just go. Take that. It's all yours. But this guy, man. I forgot about us. Forget about Gyökeres, man. What about this guy? What about this guy? What can we say? They're biting for a backup, but not the amount of money they're bidding for. It's not. Nah, the man. That these teams' recruitment is out of level. It's out of the map, man. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think they watch the game. I don't think they watch their teams when they're trying to recruit a player. They don't. Give me the job. Give me the job, man. I would do it right. I would recruit the right players according to the system, according to the manager's tactics, according to the manager's ideas. When you buy a player for the club, you're not buying it for the club. You're buying it for the manager, for that system, so it could fit that system. But if you buy someone and they don't fit that system, who you gonna blame? You can't blame the coach. You have to blame whoever recruited that player, because the coach can only say so much. So if you buy a player and they don't, you don't have to hit the ground running like right away, but have your impact. Try something new. Try something the team don't even have already. Try something on. But don't get me wrong, this guy can beat his player. This guy can take a ball and he can run with it. He can run down the channel. He can do a lot of stuff. But when it comes to end product, man, in life, you need that end product. In football, you need that end product. This guy don't get it, man. He don't get it. He's hit and miss. He's more of a miss than a hit. And today we saw that, man. Bukayo Saka, I think he played what? He came up, like basically he played 9 minutes plus whatever they were added on. 7 minutes it was. So he played 9 minutes and he did more. He basically created more chances than this guy. This guy, nothing, nothing. Chances created, okay, shots, blah, blah, blah. They gave him one. They gave him one chance created. Where's Paqueta? He played about 9 minutes. Okay. Chances created one. 9 minutes. How long was on the field? And he had one beautiful shot. That was deflected or I think he saved. I think the keeper pop saved, maybe. And now what about the other team? Let's move to the other team for a bit. Newcastle. It's not like Newcastle didn't have chances this game. They did. And Arsenal tried before we move on from Arsenal. Arsenal always comes up with something new. They always comes up with something new. And I don't really care if it works. As long as it works, as long as it wins you title, I don't really care. I'm not a fan of Arsenal. I don't care Arsenal. I don't care if they win or not. I'm a Man City fan. For the past 10, 15 years, I've been supporting Manchester City. Regardless of how they had their flops, you know what I mean? But man, Arsenal, they had this title. And I don't care if you do it by just crossing, by free kicks, by corners, by penalties. I don't really care how you do it as long as you do it. Just go out there and then do it. And when you see your tactics not working, try something new. Like today in the first half, they were actually good. Forget about the corner. They actually scored off of a corner, a new kind of corner, not like they just whipped that in and then hit it out, all that, and then confused the keeper. Nah, they passed it, and then it was a beautiful finish by Essay. Beautiful finish. You can't take anything from that. You can't say that was a bad tactic. You can't say none of that. That was beautifully worked corner kick. Beautifully worked. The other is way better than the other one. I'd rather see them do this one than the other one. In my opinion, I'd rather see this one than the other one. Because we saw a beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. And then Kai Havertz laces off to Eze, just edge of the box, and then whoop. There's no keeper that can save there. There's no keeper can save there. See, that was his second shot. The first one did not work much. They tried it 3 times. 3 times in the space of 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes, right? Yeah, they scored 9 minutes, 9th minute. So they tried three corners, the same routine in just in under 10 minutes. What does that say about? And that just moves on. What? Okay, let's calm down. What does that say about Newcastle? They saw them do once. They saw them do twice. The third time, you should kind of have an idea they're just gonna go there. Maybe they're not gonna go the fourth time, but the third time they might go there. They will 100% try to go there. So nobody pressed them. You don't have to, like, all of you guys come out and then stay out of the box. No, just send one guy out of the box. That's it. Just to watch him, whoever is roaming around in that area. And we talk about Arsenal. What about Newcastle, man? They were challengers. They were fighting for Champions League. They were competing against PSG, against Barcelona. They were competing against big teams. But I don't know what happened to this team. I don't know what happened to this team. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. This guy is, I believe they wanted to sell him before the season started. They wanted to sell him in the summer or loan him. They just wanted to get rid of him, regardless of how they do it. And that's why they spent the big money move. Who did they buy? They bought, okay, Anthony, and they bought, who was the other guy? And then Witsa. Okay. Did he, you know, nah, man, nah. Terrible, man, terrible. They paid this guy around 50, 40, 50, 60 million. And I think they paid over 100 million for them too. This guy and this guy. And they bought all these three. And forget about Anthony Alanghi, man. I don't think he even have a goal. Does he have a goal? This guy don't even have a goal the whole season. Yeah, mama mia. Mamma mia, he has 1 assist in 30 matches. 30 matches. He only have 1 assist in a freaking 30 games. 30 games, 1 assist. What does that tell you? 30. 30 match. You only have one. 30 freaking matches and he only has 1 assist. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, man? What about this guy? This guy has been injured for the past, what? Almost this whole season he's been injured. So give him some, like, he was still ass, man. Just give him. I will give him the amount of time he was out. I will give him a little bit of time to recover. But how are you letting this guy to take your place? He scored one beautiful goal from against I think it was against United, right? It was United. He scored a beautiful goal against United, and then that's it. He never looked back. He said, "Relax, kids. I'm taking over. I'm taking over. The boss is here, so relax." And then, what does that say about this team's recruitment, man? I don't think it's just them two. As a whole, Premier League as a whole, they're so terrible at recruiting. All they know is how to spend money. They don't know how to use that money. But they all terrible at recruiting players. I would have recruit way better than what these people are doing. You gotta look at your manager. You gotta look at your tactics. You gotta look at your system, man. Then and only then would you buy a player that fits that. You don't go a player and then try to make that player fit that system. No, buy a player that's already in that system, that already knows how to play in that system. You know what I mean? Don't be like Chelsea, just buying all over the place, buying and spending all over the place, and yeah, just that. Come on, man. If y'all enjoyed the video, subscribe, maybe like, just do what you gotta do, man. But I'll see y'all around. Peace out.